नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं हरिः ओं तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. So welcome everybody for this slightly delayed Gaur Purnima celebration. It was there on Tuesday, I think, but something very unique happened after 539 years again. Along with the Gaur Purnima, Chandragrahan was also there. So it was, the whole schedule was running very late into the night. So we thought that let's do it on Sunday, and Tuesday we could engage in more chanting, more hearing. So that was the idea. So today we have again assembled to celebrate Gaur Purnima. Today Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is around 4 days old, and I hope he will consider our devotion which we are showing on the 4th day. And I think because he is very merciful, he will accept this celebration which we are doing. So I'm very happy that all of you have come here. How is our beautiful center? What do you think? How is the beautiful Shikshashtakam altar? And how is this background with around 100 names of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So we would like to thank the devotees who were involved. There was a team led by Rashmi Mataji who was working very hard for this decoration. So we'd like to thank Mataji. I see Mataji's son here. Mataji is, and she's there. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. You have invested so much time, so much energy. Center is looking Krishna conscious. I'm also very grateful to the Abhishekam team. They did so many preparations, so many arrangements, so many items. It's not easy to do an Abhishekam. I think they were here since the morning, and maybe one team came yesterday to wash the vessels and make things ready. So we are very, very grateful to the entire Abhishekam team. We are also very grateful to the team which came even before the Abhishekam to set up the center, clean up the center, so that all of us can come and feel cleanliness in this center. And lastly but not the least, we are very grateful to the wonderful cooking team. They have cooked some very nice items. I think all of you are very eager also. Somehow Krishna arranged in such a way that from morning I am also fasting today. So I can assure you that the class will end very soon. So, and we are also very grateful to all the devotees who have taken out time to bring so many bhogas. I see so many bhogas kept towards near the bookshelf. So I'm grateful to all of you for nicely engaging in the service of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Do we have any guests who are coming for the first time today? Any first time guests? Thankfully. Hare Krishna. Very nice. So we welcome you to ISKCON Kannamangala Bhakti Center. We hope that you get connected here and come regularly and participate in all the programs which we do. Before going, make sure you get added in one of our WhatsApp groups to get information. Basically, the WhatsApp group is called Info Group. So you just demand people from the volunteers, add me to Info Group. So is the voice audible? Thank you. I forgot to mention, I am very grateful to the Kirtan team during the Abhishekam, before the Abhishekam, after the Abhishekam. Very nice Kirtan was going on. So grateful to everybody. So I just wanted to, I don't know how much time I have, but I wanted to discuss some preaching pastimes of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But since we have some guests today who are coming for the first time, I would also take the opportunity to, in brief, tell about the appearance of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, this is before the Mahabharat war. Krishna is in Dwarka, sitting in the palace of Rukmini. And Rukmini Devi is very ecstatic to receive Lord Krishna in the palace. She has made so many arrangements. She's serving him very nicely. There is a chapter, Krishna teases Queen Rukmini in Srimad Bhagavatam, that is going on right now. After the conversations are over, Rukmini Devi starts crying. Krishna is already feeling guilty that I have already teased her. She has already fainted. And now I have brought her back to consciousness. Now she is crying. Ab kya kar sakte hain? What else can I do? So he started talking again. He said, why are you crying? So Mother Rukmini, she said that today you are with me, now you are with me right now. But very soon you will leave and go for some other engagement. I know that a very big war is about to start. So you will go away and you will not come back for many days. So I am already thinking of the separation which I will have to face from you. Although I am with you right now, but I am thinking that how I will feel when I am away from you. So thinking of that separation, although in your union, I am crying. So Lord Krishna said, this is a very adbhuta activity happening. Although I am here, but still she is crying. What can be done? Sometimes Lord Krishna also feels helpless. So he said, don't worry, I will take care. I will make sure that you don't feel separation. I understand your feelings. Immediately Queen Rukmini objected. No, you do not understand your feelings. These feelings you do not understand. Lord Krishna said, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Bhagavad Gita, although I have not said till now, but in future I will tell in 15.15, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto. I am the Paramatma in everybody's heart. How can you claim that I do not understand something? She says that these are the feelings of a devotee. A lotus flower is very beautiful, but a lotus flower cannot experience its own beauty. That is the example which Mother Rukmini gives. So she says that although you are Bhagwan, you are the Paramatma, you know everything, you understand everything, but the experiences of a devotee, you have to be a devotee to understand what we are going through. You do not understand. Then Lord Krishna rhetorically asks, then who understands? Then she says, only Srimati Radharani understands, and I understand what it means to be a devotee and what it means to feel separation from you. Lord Krishna started, he developed a desire. The desire which he developed was, I want to understand how my devotees feel. I want to understand how great is the love of my devotees, especially Srimati Radharani. What is that unique quality, what are those unique qualities in me which my devotees are relishing? I want to relish my own sweetness. I want to understand how sweet I am. And third, I want to understand how happy my devotees feel when they experience my qualities and my sweetness. This is the desire which Lord Krishna developed at that day. And immediately after that, Narad Muni walks into that chamber. There is another chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam, Narad Muni visiting the queens or the palace of Dwarka, something like that. Bhagavatam 10th canto. So Narad Muni comes in, Lord Krishna is with Queen Rukmini. So he comes, Lord Krishna welcomes him, makes him sit, washes his feet. Lord Krishna used to call Narad Muni as Gurudev. Narad Muni used to feel very embarrassed. And Narad Muni said that, my dear Lord, you are about to leave, and very soon as you depart, all the good qualities of this people, of this age will also depart. Krishne swadham upagate dharma jnanadi bhisaha kalau nashta drishamesha purana arko dhunonita. The Bhagavatam also confirms this, that as soon as Krishna would leave, Kali Yuga would start. So my dear Lord, in Kali Yuga, people are going to be bereft of all spiritual consciousness. They are going to be bereft of all spiritual endeavors. They will be short-lived. Their memory will be less. And so many other problems will happen. What is your plan for that? I am already in anxiety. So Lord Krishna said, oh, my wife is also not happy with me, my guru is also not happy with me, and everybody is asking me questions only today. He said, okay, Narad Muni, please go and announce everywhere that in future, in the 7th Manvantara of this day of Brahma, in the Yuga Sandhya, after around 5,000 years of Kali Yuga have passed away, I will descend in my same spiritual form again. Mayapure Navadvipe Bhavishyami Shachi Sutaha. These were the statements of Krishna. That I will appear in the land of Mayapur, next to the banks of Ganges, in the house of Jagannath Mishra and Shachi Mata. Bhavishyami Shachi Sutaha. So Narad Muni, you please go and announce this everywhere. Tell all the demigods to take birth in Navadvip. And then I am going to descend very soon. So Narad Muni goes and tells all the demigods that please descend, Lord Krishna is about to descend very soon. So make arrangements. Narad Muni also happens to meet Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. And to him also he said that Krishna is going to come. Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra became very happy. He said, have you told Balram? So, although Balram was there in the altar, but the scripture says that Narad Muni went to the spiritual world to invite Balram. But before meeting Balram, Narad Muni is in a section of Goloka which is known as Shvetadvip. In Shvetadvip, he met Sri Krishna Chaitanya. How is it possible? It is possible because these incarnations, they are eternal personalities. It is not that when Prahlad Maharaj was disturbed, then only Lord Krishna took the form of Narsingdev and descended. No, Narsingdev is eternally existing in Narsingloka. So similarly, Narad Muni first goes and meets Sri Krishna Chaitanya in Shvetadvip. So therefore in our first canto Bhagavatam, I don't know if we have first canto Bhagavatam. Do we have here? Can you just check? So in the first canto of Bhagavatam on the cover page, Srila Prabhupada also brings in this illustration. Can you give me? Yeah. So you see on the cover page there are two sections of Goloka. In one section Gaur Nitai are doing Nagar Sankirtan, and in one section Radha and Krishna are having pastimes. That is Krishna Loka. So from this we can understand that in Krishna Loka Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also there. So therefore in Shvetadvipa of Goloka, Narad Muni goes and meets them, and the description is very unique. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is being given Abhishekam by all the gopis and all the queens of Dwarka. Now these are some pastimes which we don't know, because on earth in Kali Yuga when Mahaprabhu comes, he acts in a very different mood because this is Kali Yuga. But in the eternal pastimes of Panchatattva in the spiritual world, things are more different than we can practically imagine. So he informs that I have just come to know, Krishna, you only told me in Dwarka that you are going to descend. I am very happy. So please come. I have come to formally invite you. So Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at that time he asked all the gopis and the queens, I am going to very soon descend. How many of you are going to come with me? So everybody said, I will come, I will come. Nobody said no. So Lord Chaitanya instructed them, descend in male form. Because I have a different plan this time. So all the gopis and queens, they descended in male form in Chaitanya Leela. And after that, Narad Muni goes and invites Balram. Krishna is about to descend, you should also come. So Balram ji said that yes, definitely I will come, and I will bring with me all the cowherd boys of Vrindavan also in this pastime. So in this way, discussions are happening and the whole arrangements are being made for Lord Chaitanya to descend. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's descent has two reasons. One is external, one is internal. The external reason for the descent of Shri Krishna Chaitanya is the reason which came out by the discussion with Narad Muni, that yes, the Yuga Dharma of Kali Yuga has to be established. The Nagar Sankirtan Dharma, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra Dharma has to be established. So that was the external reason. And the internal reason was threefold: to understand the happiness of Srimati Radharani, to understand the sweetness of his own existence, and to understand how great is the love, Sri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima, to understand how great is the love of my devotees, especially Srimati Radha. So these are some internal and external reasons why Lord Chaitanya wanted to descend. Are you all with me till now? How many meetings have happened till now in Dwarka? How many? Two. Which are the two? Meeting of Krishna with Rukmini, meeting of Krishna with Narada. There are two more meetings which are about to happen. Would you like to know? The third meeting, a very special person comes. That person is Kali Yuga. Kali Purusha comes to meet. Kali Purusha's concern is, my dear Lord, my time is about to start and you are still here. How will I arrive? When you were there in the form of Lord Ram, your exit created a great problem. Very royally you announced after 11,000 years of Ram Rajya that I am going to depart. And the whole world came to see you. Shatrughna and Bharata, they went inside your chest, and then you dipped yourself in Saryu and came out in 400 form. Garuda came, Brahma came, Shiva came, all the Devi Devtas came. Hanuman was there. You gave instructions to everybody and you departed. And along with you, all the Ayodhyavasis also departed, and all of them went back to God. Simply by hearing about your exit, Dwapar Yuga got delayed for lakhs of years. Because by hearing about your exit, everybody was becoming a devotee. Now if you will exit in the same way now, for next lakhs of years, Kali Yuga will not be able to arrive only. So I need some guarantee or you should confirm to me that I should be able to arrive very soon. Otherwise, if you have done such pastimes, that it is very difficult for me to do anything on this planet. So Lord Krishna said, okay, just for your happiness, my dear Kali Purusha, I will do a pastime which will bewilder everybody. I will do the Maushala Leela. All the Yadu dynasty will kill each other, and I will produce a Maya Sharira, and I will also leave that Sharira in the Prabhasa Kshetra. So everybody, especially the atheists, when they will see, they will understand, oh, this is not God, this is just a human being, just a powerful man, just a great personality. He took birth, born and brought up biologically, and now he is dead. In that way, I will spread, or I will sow the seeds of atheism in the society so that you can come. This was the third meeting. Fourth meeting also happened. Guess who is the fourth person? The fourth person is Mother Ganges. She said, I got the minutes of the meeting of the third meeting already. I don't want to stay here now. Why did you do this? Why did you agree for such a thing? Now that Kali Yuga will arrive, the people of Kali Yuga will become very sinful. They will all come and wash off their sinful contaminations in me. And in your absence, I don't want to stay here. I will come with you. Lord Krishna, being God, has to appease his wife also, his guru also, Kali Yuga also, Ganges also. No matter how, God knows how many more meetings happened that day. So now he is appeasing Mother Ganges. That don't worry. After a few years, I will descend. And my dear Ganges, I promise you that in this pastime, I spent all my time in Yamuna, but in my next descent, I will spend all my time in you. I'll be born next to you, and then all my Leela will happen in Ganges. This is the promise he gave to Mother Ganges. And then he sent one more promise. He said, that don't worry about the contamination. I will send my Senapati Bhakta. And he, by the power and the blessings of Narad Muni and myself, he will plant the seeds of bhakti all over the world through Nam Upasana. He will be my Nam Upasak, and he will plant the seeds of my holy name all over the world, and he will bring Nam Upasaks from all over the world. When my Senapati Bhakta along with his Nam Upasaks will have a dip in you, then you will be purified. Who is this Senapati Bhakta? Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. That is why Srila Prabhupada has given a standing instruction that anybody who goes to Mayapur should have a bath in Ganges daily. This is one of the instructions of Prabhupada. Some people went to Mayapur. Did you have a bath in Ganges? Thank you very much. So this is pleasing to Krishna. This is pleasing to Prabhupada if we have bath in Ganges. So 500 years ago, when Mahaprabhu was adventing, he wanted to start the chanting, the congregational chanting of the holy name. So he made an eclipse on the day of a Purnima. So although the Hindu society, in the words of Srila Prabhupada, the Hindu society 500 years ago was so contaminated, which is the favorite word of Prabhupada, which he uses. The Hindu society was so rascal society that they used to feel that if I chant the holy names of the Lord loudly, then the holy names potency will reduce. And anybody who is chanting the holy names loudly is spoiling the Sanatan Dharma. That person should be banished. This is how contaminated the society had become. And they were only involved in materialistic propensities. A description of Navdeep is given in Chaitanya Bhagavat that people were competing with each other to show off their materialistic fever. If somebody has done one festival, then the neighbor will simply do another festival at a greater scale just to put down the neighbor. If somebody has a daughter, if they have married their daughter in this way, then somebody will marry their daughter in a greater way. If someone has no daughter, then they will marry 2 frogs or 2 cats just to defeat the other person in a show of Shakti Pradarshan basically. So that's how materialistic the society had become. Advaita Acharya, who is Mahavishnu, we heard from the skit, Mahavishnu and Sadashiva, he's trying to preach. Haridas Thakur, they are trying to preach. But when Mahavishnu and Haridas Thakur, Lord Brahma, when they are trying to preach, even when Mahavishnu is preaching, people are not becoming devotees. Can you imagine? They are trying to preach to people, but people are not taking up to Krishna consciousness. So at that time, Advaita Acharya decided that only Krishna can help this situation. Only the Supreme Personality of Godhead can come and solve this problem. So he took a vrata that either I will make Lord Krishna personally descend, or else I will assume my 400 form and take my Sudarshan and I will kill everybody who is there in Kali-yuga right now. This was the vrata which Advaita Acharya took. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavatam. So with tears in his eyes, sitting on the banks of Ganges, he used to daily offer Ganges water to his Shalagram Shila and then offer tulsi leaves and beg that, my dear Lord, please descend. Other than you, nobody can help them. Sometimes preachers think, oh, I made this person as devotee. He is my student. She is my student. I am the deliverer of the whole Kanmangla lake. Sometimes people start thinking like that. From this, everybody should learn. Every student should learn. Every teacher should learn. Every Bhakti Vriksha leader should learn. Every teacher should learn that without the mercy of Krishna, even Mahavishnu and Brahma cannot make anyone a devotee. What to speak of us? We are just doing some seva. Mercy comes not from us. Mercy comes through us. That consciousness everybody should have. That pleases Krishna. So Krishna, when he is adventing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes from the mind of, he first enters the mind, just like in Krishna Leela. He first entered the mind of Vasudeva, from the mind of Vasudeva to the heart of Vasudeva, from the heart of Vasudeva to the heart of Devaki, from the heart of Devaki to the womb of Devaki. That's how Krishna descends. So similarly, Krishna descended first into the mind of Jagannath Mishra, then into the heart of Jagannath Mishra, from the heart of Jagannath Mishra to the heart of Shachi Mata, and from the heart of Shachi Mata to the womb of Shachi Mata. In this way he has descended. And wonderful effulgence is there around, transcendental beauty, transcendental effulgence around Shachi Mata. Anybody who is seeing Shachi Mata, they are becoming enthralled and they are simply falling at her feet and doing services to her. Same as with Jagannath Mishra. Anybody who is meeting him in Navadvip is embracing him, falling at his feet, with tears in his eyes, he is offering devotion and donation. Jagannath Mishra and Shachi Mata, sometimes when they wake up in the night, they see various demigods in the room offering prayers to Lord Krishna as Chaitanya in the womb. In Bhagavatam 10th canto, or Krishna book, 2nd chapter, prayers of the demigods to Lord Krishna in the womb. That prayer is there, no? Chapter is there. Similar things are going on right now. However, something strange has happened. 9th month has arrived, but there is no sign of birth. Mother Shachi is disturbed. What's happening? She approaches her father, Nilambar Chakravarti, a great devotee of the Lord and a great astrologer. He says that don't worry. This child is not an ordinary child. He will decide his own time of appearance. At his own sweet will, he will appear. He will not appear in the 9th month. He will not appear in the 10th month. He will not appear in the 11th month. He will not even appear in the 12th month. He will appear on the 13th month of the month of Falgun, on the day of Purnima. That is the statement. So when they come back, then Mahaprabhu's descent is there, and very beautifully he arranges an eclipse where the society who believes one should not chant the names of Hare Krishna, Hari, or even because of eclipse, everybody was chanting Hare Krishna. They were all standing in the Ganges, men, women, old men, old people, children, everybody was standing in the Ganges until their navel, and they were all chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. In that environment, Lord Chaitanya descended. And words cannot describe the beauty of this child. Shachi Mata is speechless to see, Jagannath Mishra speechless to see the appearance of this child. All the bodily distresses and all the mental distresses and all the natural calamities which were happening in Navadvip overnight disappeared. All the demigods, they took human form and they descended in Navadvip just to take darshan of baby Nimai. So many people were coming in the house of Jagannath Mishra and so many people were going. Nobody was understanding who is coming and who is going. Lord Shiva in a human form and Lord Brahma in a human form, they keep hanging around the house of Jagannath Mishra. And at first opportunity, they keep coming in and taking darshan. All the mother of the demigods, Aditi, she comes along with other heavenly ladies in human form. She takes a kusha grass in the hand and she blesses baby Nimai that please stay eternally in this material world and do your pastimes. Who blesses like this? Would you like a blessing for your child that please stay eternally in this material world? But for Mahaprabhu they blessed. And Mother Shachi is thinking, who is this lady? I have never seen her around. She's so transcendently beautiful. I'm bewildered to see such people. Who are they? But then, as a matter of etiquette, they are not able to ask. All these heavenly ladies, they are coming, they are offering gifts to the child, touching the lotus feet of Mother Shachi and going away. Similarly, great demigods are arriving. They are offering gifts to the child, touching the feet of Jagannath Mishra and leaving. Then Nilambar Chakravarti decides to make the astrological horoscope of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, baby Nimai. So he is making the astrological chart, but he finds the reading so bewildering that he is not able to describe it only. Because the astrological chart, it is not possible to make astrological chart of God. Everything is perfect. What should I predict? So he was hesitating, and because he was hesitating, an unknown personality whom nobody knew, could be some demigod, an unknown personality in the form of a Brahmana, he comes there and he says, I will say what Nilambar Chakravarti is not able to say. He is hesitating to say. So he starts saying that this child is not different from Narayana. He is the Supreme Personality. Simply by his appearance, the whole world will be submerged into prema. All the other incarnations, they give people liberation. But this incarnation is not meant for liberation. He is meant for giving love. That love which a brother cannot give to her brother, which a sister cannot give to her sister, that love which a husband cannot give to the wife and a father cannot give to the children or a mother cannot give to the family, that love which is not to be seen in this material world, he will bestow that love for God on everybody. He will not see who is qualified and who is not qualified. Anybody who chants Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. This child will be the best amongst the Brahmanas. He will be Dvijashrestha. All the names which are mentioned here, probably this astrologer told all those names. He will be the Dvijashrestha. He will be best amongst all the scholars. He'll be this, he'll be that. But he did not mention that at the age of 24 this child will take sannyas also. He thought, why to mention now? It is birth ceremony. In this way, he mentioned up till the age of 24 whatever pastimes were predicted, and then Jagannath Mishra, after hearing these sweet narrations, with tears in his eyes, he wanted to give something in charity, but he, being very poor, could not give anything in charity. So he just fell at the feet of this unknown Brahmana who was doing such nice predictions. And the Brahmana also in turn fell at the feet of Jagannath Mishra. So in this way, this is the short summary of the descent of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is not possible, Vrindavan Das Thakur says, it is not possible to describe the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because it is unlimited. With great difficulty, Vyasadeva has described the pastimes of Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam. But it is very difficult to describe the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So therefore, Vrindavan Das Thakur, while writing Chaitanya Bhagavat, says that next time when Vyasadeva will come, he will not write Bhagavatam. He will write a whole literature, just like Bhagavatam is based on Krishna. In the next cycle when Vyasadeva comes, he will write extensively and exclusively about Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How many of you would like to be there to read that? Please. First get purified, go back to Godhead. One copy will be sent to Goloka also. No need to take birth to just read that. But yes, when a seva is given, we want to be there. We should not be simply desiring to enjoy the association of the Lord or enjoy or have a desire for spiritual enjoyment. No, that is also not correct. Salokya sarupya salokya samipya sarupya sarishti ekapyatvam apyuta diyamanam na grinanti vinamat sevanam jana. Devotees do not aspire for any liberation also until some service is there. So if some service is there, we are ready to come back. But otherwise, Srila Prabhupada's order is to go back home, back to Godhead. Actually, from this verse you can conclude, I think this verse is in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter number 29, where Kapil Dev is saying that devotees do not aspire for Salokya Mukti, Sarupya Mukti, Sarishti Mukti and Samipya Mukti. Without service, if the Lord tells them come back to Godhead, they will not come back to Godhead also. They want seva. Then why did Srila Prabhupada say You should desire to go back home to Godhead, desire to go back home, back to Godhead. The answer is, Srila Prabhupada wants us to get purified. When we become purified, then it is a different matter. Then we will have this consciousness that Narayana para sarve na kutaschana bibhyati sarga apevarga narkeshu api tulyartha darshan. My dear Lord, I am just here to do seva. You tell me what is my next seva. Oh, your next seva is to go to Narkaloka to do preaching. Okay, my Lord. But all these desires have to be produced after becoming purified. So first become qualified to go back home, back to Godhead. And after that, let the Lord decide where He wants to placement, where He will do your placement to do some seva. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada insisted that one should desire to go back home, back to Godhead. But then ultimately one has to follow the instruction of Krishna. So that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the life and soul of the people of Navadvip, at the age of 24, not for a purification purpose, but simply for the purpose of delivering the whole world, he takes sannyas. Very heart melting pastime of him taking sannyas. After taking sannyas, he, on the order of his, or by the divine arrangement and also by the will of his mother, he resides in Jagannath Puri. It is said that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Jagannath Puri only to deliver two people. Can you guess who are these two people? Jagai and Madhai are not in Jagannath Puri. Incorrect answer. Sorry? What you said? What was the name? Let her say. What is the name? Yes, any other answer? Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, yes. Any other person? Sorry? Jagannath Mishra? No, why will he deliver his own father? Even God is not allowed to deliver his father. Yes. Maharaj Pratap Rudra, the king of Orissa. Only for these two people he came to Jagannath Puri, basically. After the delivery of Jagannath, after making Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya into a pure devotee, Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya was the tuition teacher of all impersonalist sannyasis of the country. Everybody used to come and take tuition from him. He was such a great scholar. Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. He was the chief priest of the Jagannath temple. Without his permission, nothing would move in Jagannath temple also, in terms of deity worship and other things. Head priest. Great man. But the way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivers him and the kind of Vaishnav consciousness Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya develops, it is unbelievable. The Chaitanya Charitamrita says that if you want to understand the preaching potency of Mahaprabhu, look at the behavior of Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. Simply by seeing the Vaishnav behavior of Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, 20 minutes. Simply by seeing the behavior of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, everybody was understanding the power of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That such a great impersonalist, a dry scholar, who was only interested in word jugglery, and he was such a great scholar that nobody would be able to defeat him also. He is now simply chanting Hare Krishna, and he knows nothing other than the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That was the greatness of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So after delivering Jagannath Mishra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought about South India. And he said that there are many alligator-like, crocodile-like false philosophies floating in South India. I need to go there and kill all these crocodiles. So on the plea of finding his elder brother Vishwarup, who had also taken sannyas earlier to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being Paramatma, he knew that his brother has passed away. And then his brother merged in the body of Nityananda Prabhu. So he knew all this, but Great souls, Srila Prabhupada writes in the first canto of Bhagavatam a very nice line which I remember. Great souls cheat for a great cause. Great souls cheat for a great cause. So one should not make this the formula of their life that I will also cheat. First we have to become a great soul. And then the cause also should be great. So Vidura, when he came to inform Dhritarashtra and the Pandavas, when he came to basically take away Dhritarashtra away from his home, at that time Vidura knew that Krishna has left the planet. But he did not inform the Pandavas. Rather, he just managed to get Dhritarashtra out of his house. So it may be considered cheating. Why didn't he tell the whole truth? Why did he say the half truth? So there Srila Prabhupada writes, great souls cheat for a great cause. So similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for a higher purpose of delivering the whole of South India, he said, I am going to find my brother Vishwarup and I will come back very soon. So very close to Jagannath Puri is this place. What is this place? Alalnath. So he arrives. I think I have made the DT photo also I have brought. Yes. Did you see the DT photo? This is the photo of the DT. Alalnath. 400 form of Krishna. This is not Vishnu. 400 Krishna form. So Mahaprabhu, he has taken permission from all the devotees and a very wonderful exchange is happening. Devotees are telling, how can you go alone? I want to come with you. Then Mahaprabhu is glorifying each devotee by externally criticizing them. So sometimes criticism is also praise. He is telling this Mukunda, when I sleep on the floor, he starts crying. I will not take Mukunda with me. Prabhupada writes in the purport, Mahaprabhu highlighted what a great devotee Mukunda is and how much love he has for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that when he sees Chaitanya Mahaprabhu following the sannyas dharma by sleeping on the floor, he is not able to bear it. And then he says, Nityananda Prabhu, he is a cheater. He makes me do whatever he wants. Prabhupada writes, Nityananda Prabhu does only what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants. So like that, externally it seems Mahaprabhu is criticizing for, I will not take Nityananda Prabhu, I will not take Mukunda, I will not take Jagadananda Pandit, I will not take Damodar Pandit. And in this way he named all the people, I will not take him, giving reasons. And Prabhupada explains that how Mahaprabhu was acknowledging the deep, selfless love of all these devotees. In the end, Nityananda Prabhu says that, okay, take one Brahmana, a new Brahmana, who has been trained not to speak much. His name is Kala Krishna Das. Take him with you. Why do I need him? Nityananda Prabhu says, you need him to carry your water pot and your clothes. Because you keep chanting on your fingers. Again, one should not take inspiration. Mahaprabhu used to chant, so I will also throw my japmala and I will chant on my fingers. Point to be noted, Mahaprabhu had no possessions. So therefore he is chanting on fingers. If you think you have some possessions and all, better chant on japmala. I don't know why I raised my mobile to show possessions. So Mahaprabhu, it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita that he would chant on his fingers and on his waist he used to tie a cloth. After finishing one round, he will make one knot. Next round, another knot. Third round, another third knot. Like that he used to maintain his Sakshi Mat. It was a waist cloth. Cloth or a thread. It was not even a cloth. It was a thread tied around his waist. So you can imagine how Mahaprabhu, what a great sannyasi Shiromani he was. So then, after taking permission from everybody, Mahaprabhu knew that he needs special permission from Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. Because Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya has developed unparalleled love for him. When he goes and tells Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, after hearing, Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya goes into depression. That, my dear Lord, just now I got your lotus feet, now I am going to lose it. But then Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, being a great scholar, he says that, I know you are the Swatantra Paramatma Ishwara Bhagwan. You will do whatever you want and nobody can stop you. But I have one request for you. I know you will go for sure. Can you go after a few days? For a few days, can you stay in my house? I want to serve you. Mahaprabhu agreed. For the next 4 days, intense Harinam Sankirtan was going on in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house. And then finally, on the 4th day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again took permission from Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He left. When he left, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya fainted, and it appeared that life has left his body. The most sensitive Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not turn and look back at Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He simply walked on to Jagannath, Alalnath. Kala Krishna Das was seeing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is walking. He is not looking behind and to see what is the status of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. But at the same time, he is also feeling bad. Oh, I am leaving my devotees like this. He is feeling bad, he is feeling sad. But in the line of duty, even God knows how to ignore his emotions. So this is our situation. When we chant Hare Krishna every day, we feel like not chanting. So many devotees like me, we are struggling to chant Hare Krishna. Every time we chant, we feel like not chanting. Because the mind is very conditioned. We are not at the platform of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that when we chant Hare Krishna, we will relish it. Of course, some devotees may be relishing, but at least I am not relishing. So therefore, chanting for me is a purification. It has to be done at any cost. And when I learn to ignore my mind and chant Hare Krishna, that is my purification. So Mahaprabhu is teaching this, that in the line of duty, one should learn to control their mind and emotions and follow their principal duty. So now I want to give you 10 verses of description of the pastime. In 10 verses I will summarize what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to Alalnath and does. We will see that is the preaching potency of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Alalnath. How he starts preaching. As soon as he reaches Alalnath, from there only the South Indian tour has begun, and from there he has started preaching. So what kind of preaching he does, what lessons we can learn from that, and how we can serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by preaching nicely, that is the subject matter for today's discussion. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Are you all with me till now? Okay, so Mahaprabhu goes to Alalnath. All around Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is also known as Gaura Hari, people began to shout the holy name of Hari. Lord Chaitanya, in his usual ecstasy of love, danced in the midst of them. In the Nectar of Instruction it is mentioned, if there is a person simply by seeing whom people start chanting Hare Krishna, then that person is an Uttam Adhikari. So Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's whole personality was such. The most beautiful sannyas form of the Lord was such that simply by seeing his form, imbued with ecstasy of her chanting, imbued with the ecstasy of the holy name, hair standing on the end, body trembling, tears in his eyes, voice faltering, this is called Radha Bhav. This cannot be imitated, okay? Don't try to think that from tomorrow I will get Radha Bhav. First get Bhagavad Gita Bhav. First understand Bhagavad Gita, then read Srimad Bhagavatam, then do years of service. Please understand this point that other than Lord Krishna, nobody can even experience Radha Bhav also. Radha Bhav is Mahabhav. Jivatmas cannot experience Mahabhav. Jivatmas are struggling to experience Bhava only. So don't try to imitate Lord Chaitanya, but yes, Lord Chaitanya was experiencing the happiness which Radharani was experiencing by chanting the names of Krishna. So as soon as people in Analnath, they saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they started dancing and singing. How did Mahaprabhu look like? A brief description is there in verse 79. The body of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was naturally very beautiful. It was like molten gold dressed in saffron cloth. Molten gold, saffron cloth. But now he became most beautiful due to being ornamented with the ecstatic symptoms of bodily hair standing on the end, tears welling up in his eyes, trembling and profuse perspiration. How many of you feel that when you start perspiring, people run away from you? Be honest. Nobody can. When we start perspiring like a buffalo, who will stand next to us? Even the greatest Medimix soap or the greatest talcum powders will fail. Correct, no? How many of you have ever tried to attract someone by the smell of your feet? In the Srimad Bhagavatam, one incident is there. Tasyaravinda nayanasya padaravinda kinjal kamishra tulasi makaranda vayu antargatah svavivarena chakara tesham Sanshobhamaksharajusham apichitta tanvoh. The four Kumaras, when they got the Makaranda Vayu, Kinjalka Mishri, the Lord's lotus feet has ruby-like, shining, reddish, whitish nails. And he wears a forest flower with 5 different fragrant flowers, 5 different colors. It's called Vaijayanti Mala, which also has tulsi leaves in it and lotus flowers also. So the pollen dust of the lotus flower and the tulsi, they fall and they take shelter of the feet of the Lord. And combined with the fragrance of the feet of the Lord and the tulsi, that combined fragrance, when it entered, carried through a breeze, entered the Swavivarena, the nostrils of 4 Kumaras, although Akshara Jusham Api, although they are fixed on the Brahman platform, Sanshobham, their mind and body got agitated with a flood of ecstasy. So Lord Krishna can attract someone through the smell of his feet also. Anybody who says that I am God, we should put them to this test. Okay, bhai, open your socks and show me your feet and let me smell how it is. Let's see whether you are God or not. And after smelling it, I should be in ecstasy, I should not faint. The greatest of Brahmavadis, the people who have not even a pinch of attraction towards Krishna, simply by getting a breeze, not even directly coming in touch with the lotus feet of the Lord, but indirectly coming in touch with the lotus feet of the Lord, they become devotees. That is the potency of Krishna. So that Krishna in molten dressed gold and in saffron, we can start offering now. Offering start now. He now became most beautiful due to being ornamented with the ecstatic symptoms of bodily hair standing on end. In that chapter, 3rd canto, chapter number 25, description of the kingdom of God, it is mentioned who can enter Vaikuntha. Only those who have developed such devotional symptoms, only they can go to Vaikuntha. Now, of course, such symptoms can be imitated also. You can put glycerine in your eyes and all the time you can be crying from eyes and nose both. But God knows. Don't think that by artificially imitating such things, you can go back to God. In the Nectar of Devotion, there is a chapter number 18, characteristics of those who are in Bhava platform. Characteristics of devotional service, devotional ecstasies. I think that is the chapter. Where there are 9 important symptoms of a Bhava Bhakta which is mentioned. These symptoms can be copied, but those symptoms cannot be copied also. So one will be tested thoroughly. Maya Devi will test you whether you have those symptoms or not. So anyways, Mahaprabhu experiencing Radha Bhav. Simply by seeing him, people are becoming devotees. Verse number 80. Everyone present there was astonished to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dancing and his bodily transformations. Whoever came did not want to go home. That is called preaching. Anybody who comes in association, our temples should be such. Our deity worship should be such. Our chanting should be such. Our prasadam should be such. That people who once come, they should not go back. We will derive lessons. Keha nache keha gayak Shri Krishna Gopala Premera bhasila loka Shri Vindhya Bala. Everyone, including children, old men and women, began to dance and chant the holy names of Shri Krishna and Gopal. In this way, they were all floated in the ocean of love of Godhead. Nityanand Prabhu made a prediction. Upon seeing the chanting and dancing of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda predicted that later there would be dancing and chanting in every village and also every town. And Srila Prabhupada says this prediction of Lord Nityananda Prabhu is not applicable only in India but also all over the world. Now, how to do this? I have underlined some points and kept here. Srila Prabhupada says, we hope that devotees who are preaching the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will very seriously follow strictly in his footsteps. If they follow the rules and regulations and chant 16 rounds daily, their endeavor to preach the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be certainly successful. Anybody who is sincerely chanting 16 rounds every day, whether they have taste, whether they have no taste, whether they are in bliss or they are chanting for purification, does not matter. Following the instruction is important. Anybody who is sincerely chanting 16 rounds every day without committing offenses, anybody who is strictly following the 4 regulative principles, anybody who is very sincerely engaging in deity worship and or eating only prasadam, so basically teachings of Lord Chaitanya, anybody who has given up the association of Avaishnavas, Asatsanga Tyag Ei Vaishnavachar, such people, when they will preach, then the preaching will be successful. Otherwise, only God knows. This verse should help us understand that it is not about techniques and it is not about subject matter. At the end of the day, it is purity which matters when it comes to preaching. It is not about technique. It is not about PPT, it is not about subject matter, it is not about approach, it is not about the module of Bhakti Vriksha, or it is not about the DYS content in college seminars, it is about purity. Anybody who is sincerely chanting 16 rounds and following the instructions of Mahaprabhu, when they will go out and preach, then such kind of influence will be created. So after that, I will go to verse number 99 and then I will... How Mahaprabhu was preaching, we are learning that today. After some time, the Lord would embrace these people and bid them to return home, having invested each of them with spiritual potency. This is step number 1. Embrace and empower. Mahaprabhu would sing and dance with them, chant the holy names with them, then he would embrace them and then empower them. Srila Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, this spiritual potency is the essence of pleasure potency and the knowledge potency. By these two potencies, one becomes empowered with devotional service. Anyone favored by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, empowered with this bhakti shakti, was empowered with this bhakti shakti. Thus the followers were able to preach Krishna consciousness by divine grace. I wanted to highlight this point here that bhakti is a path of grace. There is nothing which you can do on your own. You cannot act over smart and think that, oh, I am reading every day, I can preach. No. You cannot be confident that, oh, I am chanting before 5:30, I finish my 16 rounds. I am very great personality. When I will chant, people will be in Radha Bhav. No. Bhakti is a path of grace. Until and unless our superiors, they bless us, we cannot preach. Until and unless we are empowered by our Gurujan, we cannot preach. Wherever there is ego, wherever there is envy, wherever there is Kaliya mentality, territorial mentality, my devotee, your devotee mentality, preaching cannot happen. Until and unless one comes in the mood of a servant, it is not possible to preach because grace will not be there. So step number 1, embrace and empower. Now the same steps Prabhupada also followed, but his style was different. Mahaprabhu is personally embracing and giving love of God. What was Srila Prabhupada doing? Srila Prabhupada was allowing everybody to join his evening programs. You cannot imagine if a person comes here and sits with legs spreaded, legs showing to the altar, and that person has only not had bath from last 35 days only. Very dirty. And during the class he is eating something. How many of us will be able to continue? Prabhupada continued. On record, there is a lecture where Srila Prabhupada is lecturing, and one drunk person enters the room. We can hear it in the record. He knocks the door and he comes inside the room and falls down, and then he gets up and then he says, I have come to give toilet paper. So Srila Prabhupada shows him the toilet room, he gives the toilet paper there and then he goes out. And Srila Prabhupada is appreciating that this man is doing seva. Will you appreciate if someone comes like this? Or will we appreciate? So Srila Prabhupada embraced everybody. That was the first step. And then how he empowered them? Srila Prabhupada, Lord Chaitanya empowered them by giving the instruction. Now you go to your village and preach. What did Srila Prabhupada do? He also gave instructions. He gave instruction that everybody in ISKCON should rise at 4 a.m. latest. And then engage in the Mangalarti. Chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Follow the 4 regulative principles. And then go to some part of the world and open a center. This is called empowerment. So empowerment, or becoming an instrument of Krishna, one have to be ready to pay the price for it. Empowerment is not a joke. Only a fool surrendered to the lotus feet of their spiritual master can get empowered. An intelligent person who's trying to manipulate the instructions of the spiritual master and become a Ritvik, they cannot be empowered. I'm sorry, I keep highlighting the Upper Sampradaya of Ritvik always. Next. What is next? So this way, you see, the same steps will be followed by Prabhupada also. Next is enjoy. Let's see the translation of verse number 100. Each one of these empowered persons would return to his own village, always chanting the holy name of Krishna, sometimes laughing, crying and dancing. Of course, we cannot preach like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But we can do this. We can invite people into our temples, train them nicely, and then ask them to go to different areas of Bangalore. And while chanting the holy name of Krishna, sometimes they will definitely laugh. Sometimes the students will definitely make them cry. And sometimes they will be dancing to the tunes of municipality and Bangalore and other things. This will automatically happen. Provided the person continues japa, purification will happen through laughing, crying and dancing. This is called enjoyment. If you do not know what is going to happen to you in the next moment, that is called enjoyment. That is called living on the edge. In Krishna is not a boring person. Krishna is a very adventurous person. How many of you want to be with Krishna? Please raise your hands. You know how your life will be? You will not know what is going to happen next. If you are ready for this, then you can be in association of Krishna. If you want a very well structured, very well planned, starting at 7 a.m. in the morning life, you'll have to take birth again in Whitefield. But you will not get Krishna. Krishna is a dynamic personality. And he does not explain anybody why he is doing what he is doing. This is the problem. But a bhakta has full faith that whatever he is doing is for the best of my welfare. So, empowered, each of these empowered persons would return to his village always chanting the holy name. Point to be noted, always chanting. They are always chanting the holy name of Krishna and sometimes laughing, sometimes crying, sometimes dancing. Next is the endeavor. I have put the photo also accordingly. Yare dekhe tare kahe kaha Krishna naam, ei mata Vaishnav kaila sava nijigram. What is the process of preaching? Such an empowered person, point to be noted, only an empowered person. Who is an empowered person? A person who is strictly following the instructions is an empowered person. Such an empowered person would request. Will he order? Will he order or will he request? He will request. He will not feel, hey, I am the Acharya and I have come here to deliver you. Nonsense. You are not listening to me? No, that will not be his mood. His mood will be, please chant Hare Krishna. And whom will he ask to chant? Only those who have a CTC of how much? He will ask everyone and anyone. Sometimes we hesitate to preach. To newcomers, we don't tell to chant Hare Krishna to the newspaper seller. We don't tell to chant Hare Krishna to our boss. We don't tell to chant. There are few people only whom we will talk. So that is not called empowerment. Empowerment means everyone and anyone, whomever you see, request them to chant the holy name of Krishna. In this way, all the villagers would also become devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mahaprabhu would embrace them, empower them, and then send them. You go to your village and then ask everybody to chant. Because you are following my instructions, therefore when you ask them to chant, and how you'll ask, you'll request them, they will also start chanting. This is the mood of preaching. That is the endeavor. So every preacher has to do this endeavor. Then exchange. Whatever photos I got, I put exchange. What is exchange? Okay, purport 101. In order to become empowered, one must be favored by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or his devotee, the spiritual master. One must also request everyone to chant the Mahamantra. So primarily preaching does not mean sitting in a temple hall and giving class. The essence of preaching means you have to become a beggar. You have to ask everybody, beg everybody to chant Hare Krishna. 102. People from different villages who came to see such an empowered individual would become like him simply by seeing him and receiving the mercy of his glance. Mercy also comes through glance, provided you are strictly following the instructions of your superiors, spiritual masters, the Guru Parampara, and ultimately Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So preaching, I remember the statement of Jesus Christ. He said that I preach throughout the day, sometimes I talk also. I repeat, Jesus Christ said that I preach throughout the day, sometimes I speak also. So all those acharyas or preachers who are thinking preaching means giving a class only, and outside the class I am another person and during the class I am a Mahabhagavat. On Vyasasan I am like Shukdev Goswami, and outside the Vyasasan I am like a Yamadutra. So those who are in this consciousness, they cannot preach. So when we follow, I was seeing one Prabhupada memory. I forget the name. She's the wife of Anuttama Prabhu. I think her name is Rukmini Mataji. She's telling that the main reason why she got attracted to Prabhupada was because there was no difference between what he was saying and what he was actually doing. This attracted the young people of America to him, because all the other Swamis, Gurus and Yogis, they were saying something else and doing something else. But Srila Prabhupada there was no difference between what he said and what he did. So, simply by seeing him, everybody was becoming a devotee. Simply by seeing him, everybody was becoming a preacher. And everybody was getting his glance. We also need the glance of pure devotees. So therefore we should go to them and submit reports. When you will get the glance, while submitting a report, that will help you progress. No report, no glance, no progress. Similarly, when we come in front of the deities every day in the Mangalarti, we get the glance of the deities. We should spend time with the deities, It is very important. We try to find emotional satisfaction in so many things and so many relationships. But I can assure you in writing with today's date that emotional satisfaction can be given to you only by the deities and Srimad Bhagavatam and the holy name, and nothing else and no one else. When you are in a difficult situation emotionally, open the Bhagavatam and you read. You see how Bhagavatam will reciprocate with you. When you are in a difficult situation, you please come to Srila Prabhupada or the deities of Prabhupada or the deities of Krishna, Balram or Radha Krishna, and you talk to them and you pray to them. You see how they will reciprocate to you. When you feel that your whole world is not understanding you, even the people close to you are not able to understand you, even your well-wishers are not able to understand you, that time you take shelter of the holy name and you see how holy name will reciprocate with you. If you are hoping to find emotional satisfaction in other things or other people or other relationships, you are just making a fool out of yourself. Nobody else has the capacity to give you that kind of emotional satisfaction other than Bhagavatam, other than holy name, and other than the deities. How many of you or how many of us are aspiring today that at least from today I will not be a foolish person? Please raise your hand. From today I will talk to my deities. I will cry in front of my deities. I will beg to my deities. From today I will take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. And from today when I am deeply disturbed, I will pick up my jap mala and I will chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Expand. Expand is verse number 103. How expansion in preaching happens. All the leaders sitting here, kindly take note how expansion happens. When each of these newly empowered individuals returned to his own village, he also converted the villagers into devotees. And when others from different villages came to see him, they were also converted. Expansion happens by properly training our people first. Without training, there is no expansion. So when we should take time to train, first 2 years, 3 years, we should simply invest time on training. And training should be done at the grassroots level. Strong training, strong foundation. And then these people who are trained should be asked to train others. And those people who have been just trained they should again be asked to train others under the guidance of the existing trainers. A devotee is a devotee who has created another devotee who has created another devotee. A leader is a leader who has created another leader who has created another leader. In this way, expansion happens. And each of these instructions which are there, for example, expansion cannot happen until you follow the first 5 steps. Embrace, empower, enjoy, endeavor and exchange. Expansion is not possible. You cannot compromise Shravanam and Kirtanam and go on doing house programs and go on doing Bhakti Rikshas and go on doing Janmashtami programs in the name of expansion. No, that is cheating. Whatever you can do without compromising Shravanam and Kirtanam, that is Seva. In the name of preaching, if you have started compromising your sadhana, in the name of expansion, if you have started compromising your book reading, in the name of preaching, if you have started compromising your sadachar, then that is not called expansion. That is called something else. Next, explode. How the expansion will, like there was a Hare Krishna explosion going on during Srila Prabhupada's time. Wherever you go, you would see Hare Krishna devotees. So how that explosion happens? Text number 104, 105. Are you all with me till now? In this way, as empowered men went from one village to another village, all the people of South India became devotees. How many of you feel this is an exaggeration? All the people of South India became devotees. It's a poetic exaggeration. How many of you feel this is exaggeration? Please raise your hands. It is not an exaggeration. Thus many hundreds of people became Vaishnavas when they passed the Lord on the way and were embraced by Him. So Mahaprabhu was just moving from one village to another village, one town to another town. Simply by seeing Him, people were becoming devotees. Those devotees were going and making other people devotees. Those devotees were making other people devotees, and by seeing them, everybody was becoming devotees. This is called Prachar Shakti. We don't have such Prachar Shakti, but we can actually try to follow in the footsteps of Mahaprabhu. In whatever village Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed to accept alms, many people came to see him. Point to be noted, people see what is your practice. People see what is your japa, what is your sadhana, what is your sadachar, what is your swadhyaya, what is your sangha. People will see. They will not see what you are speaking, they will see you, your character. So by seeing, preaching is done both basically by having a good character. Next, Mahaprabhu would leave that place. Text 109 says, 107. By the mercy of the Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone became a first-class devotee. Later they became teachers or spiritual masters and liberated the entire world. So everything which is happening in a person who is spreading the Krishna consciousness movement is through mercy. The moment we start thinking, oh, I am so great. Oh, even before coming to Krishna consciousness, I had these talents. I brought in these talents in the service of Krishna. Krishna should be thankful to me. This is all going towards Ritvikism. So everything happens through the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Bhagavatam says, Shushusho Shraddha Dhanasya Vasudeva Katharuchihi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipraha Punya Tirtha Nishevanat. By serving those advanced devotees, by serving those devotees who are like Punya Tirtha, wherever they go, that place becomes like a Tirtha. That means those who are strict, sincere and serious devotees. By serving those devotees, great service will be done. And then I will get Vasudeva Katharuchi. Then I will get taste. And then I will become a first-class devotee. I will get their mercy. Mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes through my superiors, through my spiritual masters, through my teachers, through the devotees around me. I cannot be just praying to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and remain a Kanishta Adhikari. You go to hell, you go to hell. Hey, where are you from? Hey, I don't want to see your face. No. That is called experiencing elevation in Krishna consciousness. Lastly, 109 is Mahaprabhu would leave that place. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now listen to this first. In this way, the Lord went to the extreme southern part of India and he converted all provinces to Vaishnavism. Everybody had become a Vaishnava in South India. Now listen to this line. You will feel proud that you are in South India right now. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not manifest his spiritual potencies at Navadvipa, but he did manifest them in South India and liberated all the people there. In Navadvip, if somebody is an agnostic person or somebody is a Mayavadi, Mahaprabhu would not interfere. But in South India, he showed such potency which he did not display in Navadvip also. Doesn't matter who you are, you just come in front of me, you will become a devotee. This is called Radha Bhava. This is called preaching. So of course we cannot do this. But what is the seva which we can do? Doesn't matter who is in front of us. Whether a Mayavadi or a Brahmavadi or a man or a woman or a LGBTQ, whatever. These days so many things have come up. Doesn't matter who is a communist is in front of you or a Marxist is in front of you. You tell them about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and you preach to them the teachings of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is our job. And then especially because Mahaprabhu showed his preaching potency in South India, those vibrations of preaching are still going on. And if we are serious, Mahaprabhu will give us those vibrations and we'll also be able to preach. And that is why it has been predicted that Bangalore is going to become the first Krishna conscious city of the world. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So see the purport of this verse. Most of them are non-devotees. Following the Smriti Shastra, followers of Smriti Shastra are called Smartas. Most of them are non-devotees. There are some people who will strictly follow the Vedic culture, but they will be non-devotees. And their main business is following the Brahminical principles strictly. However, they are not enlightened in devotional service. Therefore, the author has remarked that the spiritual potency Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which he showed in South India, did not manifest in Navadvipa, was manifested in South India by his grace. That is why we are all in South India today discussing Chaitanya Charitamrita. Final verse, esoteric. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's empowering of others can be understood by one who is actually a devotee of the Lord and one who has received his mercy. Now, I asked, how many of you are not believing in this? See this statement. If one does not believe in the uncommon transcendental pastimes of the Lord, he is vanquished both in this world and in the next. So the first thing which you have to do is to believe that Krishna consciousness is possible in Bangalore, and Bangalore will become a Krishna conscious city. The pastimes of Mahaprabhu and the instructions of the Guru Parampara, one should have full faith in it. Anybody who does not believe in it will be vanquished in this life also and in the next life also. So these are some basics of preaching which I could derive from the pastimes of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Alalnath and in South India. Very soon, while going ahead, he is going to meet Ramanand Rai. And after that, he is going to go to Udupi also and meet the Tattvavadis. Very soon, the Bhatta Haris, the gypsies, will kidnap the personal assistant Kala Krishna Das and lure him into Asat Sang. All those pastimes are yet to come. And from each pastime we can learn so much. We should pray that we should become strict followers in the footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Teachings of Lord Chaitanya we should very, very strictly follow. Mahaprabhu appreciated few things. Mahaprabhu did not appreciate few things. Let's not be in illusion that in the name of some sentimental platform of Krishna consciousness or by following some other Babaji or something, I will do those things which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not like and I will go back to Godhead also. No. It is not possible. We are all strictly followers of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is having the mood of Srimati Radharani. So by following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are following in the footsteps of Srimati Radharani. And what Srimati Radharani wants is the teaching of Lord Chaitanya. Don't think that you can go to some Radha Kund or some other Babaji and understand what is Radha Bhav better and become a gopi or understand that your sari is green in color in the spiritual world. All that nonsense, please don't do. What Srimati Radharani wants is teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And we should strictly follow. On this Gaur Purnima, let's take a vow that in this life, we will finish reading Bhagavad Gita 2 times. We will study Srimad Bhagavatam completely, purport to purport, end to end. And then we will read Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat. And we will follow it strictly for the rest of our life. Thank you very much. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Belated Gaur Purnima Mahotsav ceremony ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.